Everyone, welcome back to Coohom and Chill with Ashleigh. Today I'm going to show you how to label and save items to your library so that you can speed up your workflow to keep your favorite furniture, materials, and models organized. If you find yourself using a lot of the same furniture pieces or finishes for multiple projects, this trick will save you a ton of time. I live by my library. So before we get started, make sure that you subscribe, and then I hope to see you here next week where I'll be teaching you how to import custom materials and textures. So let's get started. Hey everyone, let's get started. So today I am teaching you your library and how to utilize that so that you have a quicker and better workflow. So I am going to go over here to my account, and this is where you're going to see your favorites, uploads, and history. I am a huge lover of having a library because I do use a lot of the same models. So this is where you can create your own library. Now it's pretty simple. All you're going to do is hit new folder. I'm just going to type in Miss for now, hit the check mark, and then it is going to populate here up at the top. And then when I'm going through and designing, I can save all of these items simply by clicking on it. And then I'm going to hit the star right here. It says add to favorites. I'm going to click the star and then I'm going to hit select folder. And this is where you're going to be able to put it into a folder. If you don't select it at the time, it is just going to put it in unfiled. I highly recommend that you immediately put it in a folder because then you're going to end up with a ton of items over here that you have not filed. You can even see that like I've missed it a few times. Now, this goes for your materials as well. So when you start uploading materials and even your models, you can come into here and do the same exact thing. So you just select, and then I'm going to put that in my materials folder so that when I come over to my favorites and I'm trying to figure out what material I'm going to use, it's all right here. And it just makes life a lot easier, especially when you're applying something like paint. It's just there, and it's a heck of a lot easier than having to suss out. Now, if you hit the little I on the side, it's just going to give you a little description of what that is. So I was using this for a project. I just labeled it cabinet and natural cream piece of cake. And that was when I uploaded that material into there. So something to think about as well. So you're going to have all your uploads over here, which is kind of like your little library as well. And then also your history. So it's going to show you all of the items that you've used recently. So if you use the item and you're like, wait a minute, I really wanted to save that, just click on the star. And then I will put this into my tables. I wish this did this alphabetically and it does not. So occasionally it takes me a second. I got my chairs. Where are my tables? I know I have one that literally is just labeled tables. There it is. So this is also organizing this. Figure out how you like to organize it. Some people do it by room. They say living room items, or they also, like with mirrors, you might say mirrors and art. I like to have that sussed out. I use a lot of books when I'm staging things, so I just made a whole category for books, and I have a ton of books. So that is a very personal preference, but that's just a quick tutorial on how to use your favorites. And then I hope to see you next week. Make sure you subscribe. I hope that you're using Coohom. If you're not, go into the description and I have a link there to get yourself set up with an account. And then I will be back here next week showing you how to import textures and materials so that your projects can be even more realistic and original. Bye bye.